Hey coders, how are you all doing today? And welcome to another brand new video where we'll be creating more games on Scratch. In this video, you will create hundreds of flowers of different sizes, shapes, and colors. You can export the flower pictures and use them as wallpapers on your phone or computer or as backdrops in other Scratch projects. What you will learn: how or press F to draw a few flowers, or R to draw lots of random flowers, or P to draw a flower pattern. And what you will learn: how to stamp a sprite, how to make your own Scratch blocks, how to use block input, and how to create random numbers. So let's get to it. So here is how the game will be played. You can click the green flag, the F, the P, and the R button. Alright, so let's create our flower generator, shall we? First, you're going to generate a flower that can be drawn on the stage. So create a new project sprite and delete the cat sprite. Now, use the paint tool to create a new sprite shaped like a flower petal. Click on the paint new sprite and rename it flower. Flower. And you can name the costume as well, flower. And now, in the paint tool, switch to vector mode, right over here, vector mode, and draw with the ellipse tool or the circle tool. And what you're going to do is we're going to click here at fill and choose our color. I will choose this one. And what we're going to draw is a petal shape filled in orange. So let's do that. Perfect. So later you will use code to add more color. So add the following code to the following sprite to stamp a flower with 6 equally rotated petals when the green flag is clicked. So we go to sprite, go to events, drag out when green flag clicked, go to control, drag out the repeat loop 6 times, go to pen, drag in stamp, go to motion, drag out turn 15 degrees clockwise and change the 15 to 60 degrees. So if you click the green flag, you may find that your petals are arranged in an odd way. This is because the sprite is being rotated around its center. Use the crosshair tool to change where the middle of the flower petal sprite is. So we go to costume, we center it right there. Perfect. And you can click on the crosshairs tool to see if it goes right here, right here. But other than that, that is perfect, right there. So before you run your code again, you should clear the stage. So go to script, go to data, click clear. Then there we go. Now we're going to make a custom block to draw flowers. What if you want to draw lots of flowers? Instead of making lots of copies of the code, you will create your own block in Scratch and use it every time you want to draw a flower. So we're going to click on more blocks, and then we're going to click on make a block, and we're going to create our block called draw flower. And we're going to click OK. There is now a new block called draw flower in the more block section, and a new definition block on the stage section right here. move your code for drawing the flower from the green flag block to the new draw flower definition block. Now add the following code to clear the stage and to use your new draw flower block when the green flag is clicked. So we go to operators, have the clear, and go to more blocks and say draw flower. So now click the green flag to test your code and check whether you see a flower. So green flag, there we go. Now change your code to move the sprite and then draw another flower. So we've got clear and then we've got draw flower. So in between those, we're going to go to operators, drag out the go to X, change the values of X to 75, Y value to 75, drag another go to X and Y block, and have minus 75 for X and minus 75 for Y, and then draw flower. So now test your code to see if you can see two new flowers. There we go. So the next step we're going to do is customize our flowers. So at the moment, all the flowers you have drawn are exactly the same. Next, you're going to add some inputs to the draw flower block so that you can draw flowers with different colors, sizes, and numbers of petals. In Scratch, you can use the set color effect block to change the color of a sprite. So we're going to change our flower sprite or our flower definition to change the color. So we go to looks and have set color right on top to 150. So we're going to run your code to see flowers of different colors. There we go. And you can do it again. There we go. So set color effect changes the color based on the default color of the sprite. So if your sprite doesn't start out orange, you get different results. Experiment with using different numbers from 0 to 199 in the set color effect block and see what different results you get. So we've got 150. Let's try 199. That's orange. Let's try 180. That's red. Let's try 60. That's green, and so on and so forth. At the moment, all flowers are the same color. To give each flower a different color, you need to add an input to the draw flower block. So we're going to right click on the draw flower definition block and choose edit. Now add a number input called color. So we're going to click on options and we're going to click on number input and we're going to type in their color and click OK. The input appears in the draw flower definition right over here, and you can drag it to where you want to use it. So drag the color input to the set color effect block right here. So your code will look like this. Notice that your draw flower block now have a new input that is set to 1 right over here. Change the numbers in the draw flower blocks so that the two flowers appear in different colors. You can pick any numbers between 0 and 200. So the first one we'll have it at 180. The second one we can have it at 150. So now add another input to set the size of the flower so your flower block looks like this. Here we go. So we go to more blocks. As you can see, we've got this and this. So now we're going to click on edit, click on options, another input, and we're going to call this one size and say okay. And as you can see, size gets inputted right here. So we can have numbers of 150 over here, and over here it could be 180. So now let us click on the green flag. There we go. So in order to do this, we're going to have the set size as well. So we go to looks, drag out set, and have, well, not set color, sorry guys, not set color, set size, right there. And we can drag out size and put it over here. And then once we've done that, you can see that it has different sizes. So you can have this one saying 60 and have this one say 45, 14. 14 is okay. There we go. We can have this one say 150 and this one to be 35. Click the green flag. As you can see, different sizes for all. For now, we can have the second one to be 50 right up here. And you click the green flag, one big, one small. It will be cool to choose the number of petals the flowers have. So we're going to add another input so that you can draw flowers with 3 petals, 6 petals, 8 petals, or even 10 petals. So in order to do that, we're going to click on Define, Edit, Option, Input, and call this Petals. And click OK. Then we're going to have the repeat loop. Right here, we're going to say repeat petals. Right there. And we're going to have the anti-clockwise degrees angle right here. So we can have the division. So we go to operators, divisions block. We can say 360 divided by petals. Okay. And now we can update the flowers right here. So we can say one can have 8 and the other one can have 12. So now we're going to move our code for drawing flowers away from the green flag block and put the code under when F key pressed is there. So key pressed and say F, drag this and put it right here at the bottom. So the first one here will be 3, this one 8. So now let's press the F key to see if it works. There you go. All right. So now try to create your own flower design by giving it other petals. 3 petals, 6 petals, 8 petals, whichever one you guys want. So now we're going to now do a random flower generator. You will now use your draw flower block to create 100 random flowers all over the stage whenever you press the R key. So we're going to add a new event block to the code so that when the R key is pressed, the screen is cleared. So let's go here and have our R key, and we're going to go to pen and say clear. So now we're going to add a repeat block to go to a random position 100 times. So go to forever loop, have our 100 right there, go to motion, and have the go to random position block. So now use the draw block to create flower that has a random color between 0 and 199. So now we're going to go to more blocks, drag out draw flower, and in the first block, as you can see, it goes with the color codings over here. First is color, second is size, third is petals. So you want color. So we go to operators, drag out the pick random number, and replace it with the first block. So we say pick random number from 0 to 199. Second is 100, and the third one is 12. So this code creates 100 flowers with different colors but with the same size and number of petals. if you click the R key. So let's click. All right, let's click the R button. Okay, R button. There we go. Aha. So now they all come in different colors, sizes, and shapes. Perfect. So now we're going to do flower patterns. You can also use your draw flower block to create new flower patterns. So create a flower or a combination of flowers that you like. So we're going to go to events and have space for P. So when P key is pressed, go to pen, clear, go to motion, drag out the go to X and Y value. X value is minus 150, Y value is 100. Go to more blocks, drag out 2 draw flower blocks. In the first one, it'll be 150, 80, and 7. The second block will be 130, 35, and 20. So press P to see your flower. There we go. So now we're going to always make sure to clear the screen. Okay, and make sure we hide the palette. So now we're going to create a row of flowers. So we go to control, drag out the repeat, and make sure it's 4 times. And go to motion and drag out the change X by 10 and make sure it's 100. So now if you press P, we see that. So now we want more rows. Go to control, drag out another repeat loop, make it 3. And right underneath it, drag out the set X and the change Y. So set X to minus 150 and change Y by minus 100. So we click P, it does this. So now, if you wanted to have your flowers draw faster, you'd click on Define, Edit, Options, and tick Run without screen refresh. Because if it wasn't, it would look like this. P. Slow and beautiful. But if you want him to draw faster, you go here, Options, Run without screen refresh, and click OK. Press P. There we go. So now we can change the color of the stage as well. So we're going to click on Paint New Backdrop. Paint New Backdrop. And we're going to color it orange. So fill and color it orange. If you use orange for the backdrop and the flower sprite, then the numbers for different colors will match for the sprite and the backdrop. So now you can use the set color effect on the stage to change the color of the backdrop. So we click on scripts, drag out. So it's going to be P and set color, which is in looks, set color to 30. So try to create a pattern you like. Right? P, R. Beautiful. Okay. So when you put it all together, you can create an amazing effect. So these flowers all have the same number of outer and inner petals, and the size of the inner flower is in proportion to the outer flower. So you guys can create flowers like these with the help of the Draw Double Flower custom block that has inputs for outer color, inner color, and size. So you'll go to More Blocks, Make a Block, and call this Draw Double Flower. And click OK. As you can see, it has its own block here. So you can get rid of the green flag. And there you can have drag the draw flower block in here, 2 of them. You can have not draw double, draw flower, 2 of them. And right here you can right click, edit, and have go to options, number input, call it outer color, and click OK. Do it again for inner color, and we can have for size and say okay. So I'm just going to drag this down here. All right, creating some space. Okay, so right here we can have outer color in the first block, inner color in the second draw flower block, have the size in the first outer draw flower block, and type there 12. Then we can go to operators, drag out the division in the second block, and have size divided by 2, and have the third one, which will be 20. So the draw double flower block can draw lots of flowers in the same style. So this will be for when you press the D key. So we click here and say D. Make sure to always have the clear all. Go to motion, drag out the go to X and Y block. X minus 100, Y is 0, and go to more blocks, draw double flower, 160, 120, 100. Go to motion, drag out change X by 100. Go back to more blocks, drag out draw double flower. First block will be 120, 140, and 75. Then you're going to go back to motion, drag out change X once again, change X by 75. And the last, let's just put these ones down here. Go to more blocks, draw double flower. And the first input will be 140, 160, and 50. So make a new custom block with the necessary inputs that you need to be able to change to create a type of flower that you like. Then use your new block to create cool designs. So D, if I click here, if I say D, look at that. And R, and F, and P. Okay guys, so there you've done it. You have now created your own flower generator. Thank you for your time. Please visit us at www.pingacademy.co.za, where we'll be creating more games such as this. Have a good one.